Emisión.net.
Hello again, welcome to Letter from England, broadcasting for the last time before the summer break for AC Press and the Spanish Evangelical Alliance. My name is Jonathan Dawson. I don't know what you make of all the rumblings and conflict and debate and disputes in the Church of England and the worldwide Anglican Communion, but the Anglican Bishop of Madrid, Carlos López Lozano, has spoken out against what he calls false information about a possible split in the Anglican Communion. In a statement to the press, he says he's been forced to challenge badly informed media reports and clarify the situation within Anglicanism over the issues of women bishops and homosexual clergy. López is unhappy at how the Spanish media have been reporting the ongoing conflict within the Anglican Communion, saying that there is a diversity of opinion within the Church, as within any national church, without any one line of thought predominating on many doctrinal issues that do not affect that of salvation, which of course is unnegotiable. On the other hand, he points out that part of a minority church within the Anglican Communion, the American Episcopal Church, has acted in a way which has embarrassed their brothers and sisters and brought much pain even within their own church. Some local churches and one of its dioceses has separated from the Episcopal Church of America and placed themselves under other oversight within the Anglican Communion from other parts of the world. However, despite the evident split within the American Episcopal Church, López was quick to point out that those who attended the recent Global Anglican Conference in Jerusalem have not separated from the rest of Anglicanism. Indeed, in their final statement at that conference, they said, "We love our Anglican heritage and our Anglican Communion, and we have no intention of separating from it." Many, though by no means all, of the bishops who were in Jerusalem will go on to the forthcoming Lambeth Conference. There are also other conservative Orthodox bishops who were not in Jerusalem. López also explains that the Lambeth Conference itself is a consultative event and cannot hand down dictates, so that it is physically impossible for a split in Anglicanism to be decided there. The Bishop of Madrid warns that in such a confusing situation there are likely to be conflicting press reports in the coming weeks, and people should not believe everything they read. The Anglican Communion in Spain is represented by the Diocese of Gibraltar in Europe, at least the Spanish section of that, and the IERE, the Reformed Episcopal Church, which, like all the other national churches within Anglicanism, operates with complete autonomy, run by its own synod, which is presided over by its own bishop. The synod is the IERE's supreme authority under the honorary jurisdiction of the Archbishop of Canterbury, and is there to protect the identity of the Spanish Church and be the link with the rest of the Anglican Communion. Since the IERE's inception in the mid-19th century, López says it has defended and continues to defend the supremacy of the Holy Scriptures as their maximum authority in questions of faith and order. As for matters of sexual ethics, López was circumspect. He said, "As Anglicans, we maintain a position of faithfulness to the Holy Scriptures and consider that ministers and church members should live irreproachable lives, following the example of our Lord Jesus Christ." Well, wise words indeed at the end there by López, but what of the talk of a potential split within Anglicanism? Well, there are probably two main issues here. One is the divergence of opinion between the American and Canadian and one or two other Western or Westernized church groups, or at least sectors within the Anglican churches of those areas, over the ordination of openly homosexual clergy, and the position of the immense majority, not just of bishops, but of church members, rank and file members of the Anglican Communion across the world, and particularly in the large heartland areas of Africa and Asia. I say heartland in the terms of where the church is most growing at the moment, are faithful to biblical teaching on this issue and condemn not just the appointment of practicing homosexual clergy, but the practice itself from a biblical standpoint, of course. The recent GAFCON, or Global Anglican Conference in Jerusalem, made that very clear in a loving and gracious and yet clear and firm manner. standing on the Word of God as far as that issue is concerned. But as they've said in their final statement, and as history has proved time and time again, an outright split in Anglicanism seems the last possible thing that any Anglican, or at least the vast majority of Anglicans, can contemplate. What for the future? Well, watch this space. It's likely that some kind of arrangement will be reached whereby certain church groups act in different ways on this issue, as on the issue of women bishops. From a non-Anglican perspective, it seems rather a case of trying to shut the door after the horse has bolted. If women priests were allowed 10 or 15 years ago, well, women bishops is the next logical step in that process. If it's wrong now, it was wrong then, but it seems rather late to be trying to effect that. And of course, from a non-episcopal point of view, the whole issue of bishops and episcopal oversight is of course a foreign notion for many evangelicals as well. But above all, we must hope and pray that the Lord continue to use evangelicals within the Anglican Communion in Spain, in England, and across the world to stand up clearly for Christ and to declare Him within what is very clearly a mixed denomination. Thank you for listening to the Letter from England, and we wish you a very nice summer break. We'll be back in September. Goodbye for now.
Emisión.net